Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of What's Driving Token Prices. I'm your host, Katie Talati, Director of Research at Arca. For those joining us for the first time, I'm responsible for identifying and analyzing digital asset and blockchain opportunities for Arca's funds. As part of our research, my team and I examine token prices and the market events that act as catalysts for price change. Based on our research and market events over the past week, here's some notable token price moves and what we think drove these moves. As a reminder, this commentary is not intended to be investment advice, investment research, or an investment recommendation. Please consult your investment professional for your own circumstances. Okay, guys, welcome to the very last week of August. Summer is pretty much over here. We have had some fun stuff out of the SEC in the last few days. Not only have they settled a case with Abra, a large wallet provider in the crypto space, they also sent a Wells notice to OpenSea, which was just announced this morning. OpenSea is the largest NFT marketplace. So a lot are really most folks are really angered at the fact that the SEC is going after NFTs specifically, which many argue should not fall into the purview of securities regulation. Anyway, the other thing was last week's Federal Reserve meeting. Jerome Powell, the chair, indicated that we were probably going to be going to cut interest rates next month, and that has set us up for potentially a broader market rally in September. That is at least what the commentators say, but we will have to see, because in crypto things can go any way. And can go in a lot of different ways. So we will talk though about some tokens this week. To start, I'm going to talk, of course, about Telegram, which has been all through the headlines. So on Sunday, Pavel Durov, the CEO and founder of messaging app Telegram, was arrested over the weekend in France. So Durov is basically charged with aiding and abetting criminal activity that's occurred through the Telegram app. The French authorities are arguing that because Telegram is used for things like joining terrorist groups, buying ammunitions illegally, doing other kinds of illegal activity, that he was aiding and abetting these criminals by not policing some of these groups better on his platform. A lot of people have come out in resistance to this and against this, saying, you may as well charge people on, Twitter and Facebook and every other, and Apple, any other platform that assists in any type of communication for these groups. Again, we're not totally sure what the exact charges look like, how they're going to rule against them. But this has been kind of the outcry from the crypto community. And again, Telegram is technically not actually connected to the TON token anymore. It was created by Telegram back in 2018. It was spun out to be its own layer 1 blockchain and kind of function separately from Telegram. But TON's ecosystem is very much intertwined with Telegram in the sense that it plans to use Telegram as kind of the connectivity and testing ground for new apps. And as a result, what we're seeing is a lot of folks are kind of maybe worried that the future of Telegram, if there's less users in the future on Telegram, that might result in less users getting into using the TON ecosystem. However, only time will tell, and we have to keep watching to see how these charges unfold. Another development with TON this morning or last night is that the blockchain was halted. Once last night and again this morning, it seems to have resumed again. And a lot are wondering about kind of what the blockchain load can handle, especially since there's not too much activity going on just yet. So TON is one to kind of keep your eyes on as we go forward. The token has fallen about 17.5% just this week. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about Uniswap. So Uniswap, last week, crypto firm Prometheum announced that they're going to be supporting Uniswap and Arbitrum tokens on their platform. So Prometheum is a very interesting case. They have what's called a special broker-dealer license from the SEC, or from FINRA, and the SEC has basically said this is the way that regulated entities can hold and trade digital assets. They basically classify these two as digital asset securities, basically saying they are securities. They are not crypto assets that are that many argue are separate from the existing securities framework. So they already offer custody for Ethereum. They're now doing it for Uni and ARB. So although interestingly, the ARB token didn't actually react in price to this announcement, Uni did take quite a nosedive on the announcement. It is down about 23% since the announcement was made last Thursday, and it's down 17% now on the week. All right, next up, we'll talk about Avalanche. So, Layer 1 protocol Avalanche has saw quite the boost this week after asset manager Grayscale announced that they're going to launch an Avalanche Trust, which is a private fund for investors to gain exposure to AVAX without holding the underlying asset. So, if you're not familiar with how Grayscale fund trusts operate, they're usually for accredited investors. So, you have to meet like certain income requirements and thresholds. They're actually private funds, so they're not like publicly listed entities, but then they end up getting listed. Shares can be bought for secondary trading on OTC markets in the traditional equity world, not talking about the crypto world. But the benefits for investors are that they don't have to worry about custodying the underlying asset if they buy it through Grayscale's trust, and they can potentially buy it through different retirement accounts and stuff like that. So Grayscale has done a ton of trusts in the past. They launched one for Bitcoin, Ethereum, pretty much all the other major assets. So Avalanche was a new addition, and it has been really was really good for the token. It was actually on quite a tear last week until Sunday when news broke that hackers had taken over Avalanche's community Discord group, and they basically were sending out scam links to people. They also did this with Polygon and another community. I can't remember which one. Unfortunately, this sent the token down from about $27.09 to its current price now, which is below $26, I believe. But the market has been moving up and down a lot today. So Avalanche, though, it's up 2.2% for the week. All right, last up, we're going to talk about Near. Layer 1 protocol Near launched their Nightshade upgrade this past week, which pushed the token up 6.6%. The upgrade is the largest since the protocol launched. It basically improves on the protocol's scaling solution, which is known as sharding, which is where you kind of break up pieces of the information to be combined later on, is like really very simplified way of putting it. But basically, they're combining this sharding technology that they have, improving it, and then also adding something called stateless validation technology, which is this fancy way of saying like you can basically validate the transactions are true without a lot of involvement from intermediaries. So these big technology upgrades basically were combined, and they are claiming that this is the largest upgrade the protocol has had since launch. So they think that this will remove a lot of the bottlenecks that a lot of blockchains face. We'll see. Near, as of late, I've talked about them. They've been working and kind of focusing a lot on the AI space and AI applications for crypto, and really trying to attract mind share to that sector on their protocol. Near currently ranks about 27th in TVL, though, in terms of chains, and it has about $280 million in TVL. I guess we'll have to watch that one to see if it grows in the future. All right, guys, that's all I got for you this week. Tune in here again next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific to hear what's driving token